We come together first and foremost to honor the people we lost on that horrific day. Nearly 3,000 men, women, children.
Remembrance ceremonies are planned across the country tomorrow in honor of those killed in the September 11th attacks. For many, the memories of that day remain clear. And at Fox 9, we're recalling a lot of those memories this week about the terrorist attacks. Folks from Minnesota have really been front and center through it all. They were in the towers, one on the planes, and at the Pentagon too, and also in the war that just ended. And this weekend, you can visit a traveling museum in St. Paul dedicated to telling those Minnesota stories.
We are in the Cedar Street Armory in St. Paul, inside of a traveling exhibit that the Minnesota Military and Veterans Museum has pulled together to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks.
Every museum tells a story, and this is a story that begins with a piece of twisted steel.
The American experience over the last 20 years, the Minnesota experience over the last 20 years, the genesis of that is in front of us.
The wreckage from the World Trade Center towers is the centerpiece of a collection of artifacts and stories curated by the Minnesota Military and Veterans Museum. The exhibit is called Resolute, and Executive Director Randall Dietrich says it highlights the stories of Minnesotans such as Army Lieutenant Andrew Bunderman. Bunderman earned the Distinguished Service Cross in Afghanistan in 2009 for fighting off the Taliban.
300 Taliban were descending upon a group of about a few dozen American soldiers. Andrew was in charge of the COP, fighting back, and he shared his U of M baseball cap, which he was wearing that day in defending his unit and trying to save the life of the soldiers.
There's also the story of Army Ranger Ben Kopp. He fell to a sniper's bullet in Afghanistan.
A selfless act of Ben's, even after his death, was that he was an organ donor. His organs were donated to others, including his heart, which to this day, is beating in the chest of a woman in Chicago. So the legacy of these Minnesotans, Ben perhaps most especially, lives on.
Then there's the story of Army Lieutenant Colonel Patricia Baker. As a helicopter pilot, she led the first wave of forces into Iraq in 2003, a war that forever changed her.
But Patricia tells the story about how after a year of heavy fighting that escalated over that year, the kind of toll that took on her as an individual. And that's the kind of honesty that we're trying to find in these stories, is to get folks to share their stories.
And that's the point of the Resolute exhibit, that these unique Minnesota stories need to be told.
It's a story that's not finished, and most importantly, the story we most care about are the veteran stories. We want them to share their stories with us, again, for the benefit of their kids, their grandkids.
And the Resolute exhibit is opening tomorrow at the Cedar Street Armory in St. Paul. This is right on the Capitol grounds, and it's open from 11 in the morning until 5 at night. And the Military and Veterans Museum is still collecting stories, and Randall would love to hear yours. You can reach out to them tomorrow and anytime if you want to share.